Welcome back. And joining us for our final conversation of the day is, of course, two amazing, fabulous yoga instructors to talk to us at the upcoming International Yoga Day. Joining us, we have Miss Michelle Williams and we have Miss Maryam Abdul Qawiyy.
Yes.
To talk to us about all the events they have planned and what we can expect, and of course the dates. Welcome, ladies. Thank you for being here.
Thank you
Open
so
your
much
eyes.
for
I
having
love
us.
that. I love that. So tell us about International Yoga Day, how it got started.
The International Day of Yoga was an initiative that was lobbied by the Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister Modi, to the United Nations. And in 2014, he was successful. And so they had over 140 countries that signed on for this day. For 140 countries, Belize included as one of them, signed on to celebrate this International Day of Yoga. Okay. And so since 2015, we've been celebrating it annually. I think there's some pictures that I had sent. The first year, we had it at the Princess, and we had all the yoga teachers bring all their students from all across the world, all across the country to the Princess, and we celebrated it there. And it was almost 500 people that attended, which was really, really encouraging. It was really inspirational. It was a beautiful day. We had Yogi Charu, a Belizean yoga master, lead the class. And so from there, the following year, 2016, we kind of branched out. And so we celebrated it in Belmopan and in Corozal and in Belize City. And then this year, we're branching out even more. And so we're having it again in Belize City, but we're also having it in Belize City. The event is going to be on June 17th. Actually, all the events will be on June 17th because the 21st is a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So June 17th from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m., 5 locations across the country, official locations. Okay. So Belize City will be at the Radisson, and the events are free. Okay. In Punta Gorda, it's going to be held at Asha's Culture Kitchen. In Placencia at the Municipal Pier. And in Corozal at the Roundhouse, the Palapa Roundhouse, and in San Pedro at Science and Soul at the Mahogany Bay Village Hotel. So we have 5 really wonderful event location coordinators. Yeah. In Placencia, we have Aaron Crone. In San Pedro, we have Paulette Harewood. In Corozal, we have Farid Ahmad. In Punta Gorda, we have Andrewen, and then all the Belize City yogis are helping plan the Belize City event.
So essentially, and that's key because there are a number of different institutions that offer yoga across the country. And this celebration is not just one particular group. That's one of the things you were saying when you first came in. So you are the coordinator. And what have you been... I mean, it's interesting when you talk about 400 people coming together for one day of yoga. It shows...
And it's even more interesting when you think about our population.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
So, and it means that, and I know you've told us before that sometimes it's even the first time yogis coming for International Yoga Day. So it means there is an interest. Yes. Speak to us about who you would like to attend the events that are being held on Saturday. I mean, I know it's daunting. Like somebody might say, oh, I can't even touch my toes, you know, like what am I gonna go do at International Day celebration? Yeah. But you keep on appealing to everybody. Why is that?
Well, I think, you know, Marlene, if you come with an open mind and you come with a willingness to participate, you will be able to do it. There is a protocol that was given to all the yoga teachers and the studios that are practicing around the world from India. There's a basic protocol. So it's been approved that everyone can do and will be able to do what we'll be practicing that day. You won't get there and be like, you can't do that. Like, you know, it won't have one of those moments. There may be a little fun moment when you're like, oh, can I try that? And you do it and you surprise yourself. Yeah. So I feel like, you know, we're appealing to, you know, we are appealing to everyone, you know, from all levels of practitioners. If you've done yoga before, if you've never done yoga before, men are welcome to come. It's not just a thing for women.
We're seeing more and more men. We have Aaron Crone. You know, he teaches, he owns Placencia Yoga, and he's the one that's, you know, running the show down there. So
yeah.
But I'm extremely happy to say that us yogis now have science. We have science behind us. It's not just a bunch of hippies doing postures, breathing, crossing anymore. We have Harvard Medical School have published articles about the scientific benefits of yoga. Physical
and meditation.
Meditation. And meditation is yoga.
Yeah.
Yes.
So so we have that now. We have kind of like that crutch that we can say this is, and I think that's why I have many doctors that recommend to my center, and I know different yoga teachers also are getting referrals from medical doctors, and I think too there's this overwhelming need. We're highly strung, we're highly connected. We're living on edge, and I think we're looking for any means that can help us. And sometimes, medication doesn't always work, or maybe it works well with a practice of yoga. One of the different practices of yoga. So I think that's the key. Talk about it a lot. I mean, wherever I go, I talk about it because I'm a product of it.
But you've shared, and that's what I wanted to get at. You've shared your own personal journey before, and we know that in addition to being very good physical exercise, great flexibility and strength training in some cases, it's also great for your mind.
Yes.
You spoke about how it helped you through depression. We've heard a bit of it being very helpful for anxiety.
Yes.
Talk to us about what you are finding to be the number one appeal for people who are coming now and deciding to try to pick up the practice.
I think it's that connection with your mind and your body that people, once you experience it, it's such a beautiful experience that people keep coming back and they want to experience more. And then also, it can be challenging. So if you have that kind of you want to challenge yourself, it can be a practice that can challenge you and that can bring out that that sense of wanting to achieve in you.
Yes, and currently I'm teaching in New York right now. I teach at 2 yoga studios in New York, and what I see people coming for is stress relief. They're so high strung, they're so stressed, and we do get stressed about life and everyday things, and sometimes it just takes a moment to remember that. Let me just take a breath. Let me just breathe. And it's yoga is a tool, and it's giving someone the tools that they already had all along. Using your body, using your breath, calming your heart rate down. That automatically changes your mood. It chemically changes how you are operating. So that's what I see to a lot of people coming in. They want stress relief. They want to, and that's courageous on their part because they're coming in. They're making an effort to be like, okay, I've heard about this. What can I do to help myself? What yoga is, it's so empowering because it's giving you a tool that you can do and use every day to help yourself heal.
And there's also this concept that is slowly becoming less and less. I guess the whole concept of it being something very, very, you have to be incredibly flexible, or they're incredible. They're very, very beneficial postures that are very simple, that can really help you achieve a lot of different medical advantages, and they don't really involve anything complicated. And
You're not made into a human pretzel.
And I think the more people realize that, the more they come, the more comfortable they are. Because the first thing, remember when I first used to come, I'm not flexible, so I'm not even gonna bother.
It's true. I said it.
I don't even think about it because I know.
And now I love it. And I think that's one of the people don't always know that there's a self-motivation to push yourself further as you go along. So as much as you teach the skills, it's you working within your own limitations or breaking past your own boundaries.
And then it's a personal thing. You learn that what is good for other people isn't necessarily good for you, and it becomes personal journey, and sometimes it's nice to go inwards and connect like that instead of looking outwards and saying, oh, what that person's doing, I want to try to achieve that. It's always a journey, and it's always a learning experience.
And I think that's great that you mentioned that, because I know that when I started doing yoga on my own is because I was diagnosed with sciatica, and doing a sun salutation in the morning helps with the relief that I get from the pain of sleeping on my back all night or in the
Exactly.
position that I'm in. And I think that for a lot of people, they don't go to a studio because they think, oh, well, I'm very basic in what I know how to do, or I'm very intimidated by not being able to keep up with the rest of the class. To encourage people to open up to, I guess, more as it relates to their own practice.
Well, go ahead.
Sorry. Well, actually, what I would tell them is actually the word yoga is a Sanskrit word and it means union, and it actually means to yoke, to union. And what are you unifying? Mind and body. And if you want to, there's a spiritual aspect of yoga as well. If you want to get into that, mind, body, and soul, the spiritual aspect, you can do that in any posture. You can just sit, hands on your knees, shoulders back.
Yeah.
You can cross your legs, yoga.
Yeah.
You can sit like this, yoga. It's just your intention.
Yeah.
So,
Deep
deep breathing, yoga, focusing, finding one point in the room and focusing on that point and just breathing and focusing on the breath. So I would just, tell them to just go back to the word, to yoga, and research it too. There are a lot of teachers, there are a lot of practitioners who speak of the benefits, mental, physical, emotional, psychological, but if you feel like you need to be convinced, the information's out there. You can research and find what works for you and find a teacher that aligns with that.
Go to a couple studios.
Yes.
Find a teacher that resonates with you, and you will not want to leave. You will that, and then eventually you'll develop your own practice, your own courage or your own sense of confidence to do practice on your own.
Yeah.
And that's when it becomes really, really interesting. Then you actually make the time, and you have to, you want to.
And you'll find that it changes different aspects of your life as well. Maybe the way that you eat, or maybe the way that you communicate with others. I find that's a really important part of the practice. It's not a singular part of your life. It affects every other part as well.
We were just discussing earlier that it actually shifts the way you think to a more positive, you attain more mental clarity. And these are things that I could talk about every day, but there's scientific proof now.
Right.
So we have the science to prove it.
No, and I think it's just to take the first step people need. How helpful it can be. You have to have the open mind. That's what you said earlier, to give it a try. And I want to ask, going back to the celebration this Saturday, what is your primary message that you want to talk about on this day when people who love yoga, just starting yoga, are considering yoga, come together in one day to celebrate? What is the message to the world?
Well, the theme this year is harmony and peace. So, we're going to have speeches about harmony and peace. But there's this sense of community comes on this day that's very unique to any other kind of like promotion of yoga. It's all of us, all the instructors, all the practitioners coming together as one, not without any separation, and just celebrating this beautiful science, this beautiful art that has so many benefits. Coming together, and so if people have been practicing for a long time, bring a friend that maybe has not been practicing or has so many inhibitions about coming and practicing yoga. Bring them so they can be with other people. The energy in the room is usually really, really nice. We'll have at each location different instructors teaching protocol, and then there's instructors in the audience to help guide people, align people, maybe help if somebody needs a modification or something. So it's not it's open for everyone.
It's not a gathering of professionals.
Yes.
It's everybody who's ever wanted to try, who's ever tried and loved it, can come out. Can we go through once again where people can go?
Sure.
Yeah.
So we have 5 official locations this year, and again the date is June 17th, this Saturday. And all the locations will be conducting the protocol from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m.
Okay.
And so the 5 locations are Belize City at the Radisson. We will have in Punta Gorda at Asha's Culture Kitchen, and the coordinator there is Indira Andruin from Coco Love. And then in Corozal, it's Farida Hamad at the Roundhouse. She's the coordinator there, and it's free at the Roundhouse, 8 a.m. In San Pedro, Paulette Harwood, she is the owner of the new Science and Soul Wellness Center, and so it'll be held there. And then there is Placencia at the Municipal Pier, and Aaron Crone from Placencia Yoga is leading that. So we have five locations. So there's no excuse.
There's no charge at any.
There's no charge. It's free. It's a free gathering. It's a free sharing. You know.
What do you have to bring?
Well, we would recommend that you wear comfortable clothing, maybe leggings and a t-shirt or something like that. And if you don't have a yoga mat, it's okay. A towel, a large towel is fine. Maybe some water, you know, depending on whether or not you think you might need that. But that's about it. And an open mind, an open heart, and
bring your lovely self.
Bring your lovely self. Yep. And it's a wonderful way to come. Bring the whole family. The whole family.
So kids can come too.
Kids can come.
Okay.
Of course.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. So it's this Saturday, starting at 8 at all the locations.
All the locations.
Do you have to register before?
No, I mean, it would be, you can go on the Facebook page, International Day of Yoga Belize, and on that page we have all the events. And it might be a good idea to maybe call one of the places and let them know that you're coming. But I think they'll be prepared for the amount of people.
They'll make room for you.
Yeah. I mean, Placencia did it last year, and they weren't even an official event, and it was really well attended. So.
All right.
Yep.
So a gathering of yogis on Saturday at 8 in 5 different locations. You are on Facebook, International Day of Yoga Belize.
International Day of Yoga Belize. Yes.
All right. And so people can get all additional details there. Thank you.
And if anybody has any questions, they're welcome to call me at 610-0882.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you for stopping in, ladies.
Thank you so much. We hope to see you guys there too.
And we didn't demand that you do poses this morning, so.
Do you want to do something?
Well, if you want to do something, go ahead.
We'll do it together.
Okay, so we'll
do something that we can still sit down.
That we can still sit
please,
down.
yes.
So, Marlene's like,
Much deep breathing. I'm barely breathing as is.
okay. So what we're gonna do? This technique is it's a mental for mental focus.
Okay.
And it's an eye cleansing technique called tratak.
Okay.
And so basically, you're gonna extend your right hand forward and point your index finger. All right, very good. You know, Marlene, you did it exactly right. As soon as you do that, your eyes go straight there. Focus on the tip of the finger. And so what you want to do now is focus on the tip of the finger. And what you're going to do is inhale, bring the finger into the nose, no blinking. And then you're going to exhale, take it out, no blinking. You're going to do that 2 more times. Try not to blink. The eyes are going to water. I see a blink, Marlene. Inhale and take it out. 1 more time. And inhale. And exhale. And gently release the hand down. Eyes should be a little watered.
Yeah,
I know, I'm just teasing you.
I needed a little bit.
So what that does is, you know, it's a good thing to do when you wake up in the morning. You know, when you wake up and you're like, oh gosh, you know, you're trying to wake up. That's one of the good things. Another thing you can do is you rub your hands together, get them nice and warm. So anybody can do this. Everybody can do it. You rub your hands, rub, get nice and warm, like get it real hot, real hot. She's like,
oh, dainty.
You want to feel that heat?
Yes, feel it, like get it real warm.
Friction.
Yeah, get it real warm, yes. And then when it gets nice and warm, you take the palm of your hand and put it on your eyes. That's another nice, amazing way to wake up in the morning. You just, you know, you say your little prayers and you put it, and then
wake yourself
It's really
up.
soothing. But
soothing.
But tratak, it's good for strengthening the retina, and it's also good for cleansing the eye.
Yes.
And it's a really good practice to keep your eyesight. You know, because when you reach my age, you kind of really
And my blind.
you kind of develop your eyesight.
But see, that was a very basic thing, and that was yoga.
And these are little things that you could just, so it isn't always super flexible poses that you see online or the headstands on the beach that look great, but that's not what everybody can do. And I love that you gave us something. Thank you for stopping in. And everybody has the opportunity on Saturday. Find the nearest celebration and join in. All you have to do is show up. There's no cost. Take a towel, wear comfortable clothing, and have your first experience, or go and rejoin something that you already enjoy. Right? Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and take our final break, and when we come back, we'll have a wrap up, so stay tuned.